The only reason I was ever able to pick up a vise or to pick up a bobbin and work on a vise was because my dad, took that time to show me. Well, when I first started tying flies, my dad, he gave me some Mustad 3906s. He would say taught me how to tie whatever, a pheasant tail. I would tie a dozen of them and I'd show him. He'd be like, this one's good, and this one's good. But the rest, not so much, right? So we'd, get a razor blade. You cut them off, right? Because you don't want to waste hooks. So you cut off the hook and you try again until all of a sudden you have a dozen of them that look identical. And that was kind of his way of teaching fly tying, was we're going to learn repetition, because even if they're repeatedly bad, we still have some sort of repetition that we can work off of to make a little bit better. What he preached a lot was, let's say you're in the middle of a run, you have 8 bugs, and you're catching fish on one of them, and everything's going perfect, right? And you handpick that one for your box. All of a sudden you break off. Now you're looking at the other 7 bugs, and you're like, that one's kind of close, but it's not, like, the other one looked a little better, and, he wanted them all just to grab what next one in line, or up more fishing.
It's the same exact bug.
Same exact bug, right? You don't necessarily have to be, tying for 40 years to be able to work thread and work materials, I think that after about a year of tying and actually attempting to tie, you can get pretty good at it. The hook's not moving. Fly tying is really not too hard. I have some cool stories of riding to the West Denver show, sitting in the back of Juan Ramirez's car with a pack out full of fly tying material, a box of fortune cookies in the back seat. Like, dude, 1,200 fortune cookies. Still got a few of them here. Yeah, of these suckers. And it was just like a dumb idea, that I think those things have to stay going. I want to still have those experiences and still be a part of that lane. I get the question a lot with being young. I fished this fly for 35 years and it's caught fish. How is it, less than a pattern that you built a year ago? And it's not, right? It's not. But my patterns aren't a year old, and my patterns aren't 7 years old. My patterns aren't, a lot of the ideas, like I said, come back from my dad, and they come back from Uncle Ed, and they come back from Uncle Phil, and they come back from Jude, and they come back from, Juan, and there's years and years of experience behind my style of fly tying. I sort of feel like their experience is my experience. They had to go through and learn the hard ways to start. I missed all those developmental years because they just gave me the cheat codes, right? I think anything worth doing is worth doing as best as you can. I tie a lot, so I think the repetition behind pattern, you can definitely make it, perfect. Now, does it matter to the fish? I don't know. Does it matter to me? Yes. Somewhere maybe there's a trout in the bottom of the river that thinks, this is a pretty lip piercing. I want that sucker to try and show off to his buddies. I think that it's awesome to be very young and very, in this lane of tying. I'm trying to carry the torch of Eli Gonzales. I'm trying to carry the torch of Juan Ramirez. I'm trying to carry the torch of Jude Duran. I'm trying to, and all of my family, But even at that, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm out of the mix over here. I'm an electrician. It's not like I'm, necessarily trying to compete in fly tying or anything. If I can inspire some people or kind of share patterns with people that I think are good, that's always been cool to me. This is given to me by Jude Duran. This is the old Scintilla dubbing stuff, and it's all the original colors and stuff, and this is, even the old order forms for it. Something that you gotta have. Even that's fly fishing, fly tying, cool stuff right there. I use it quite a bit. We
You use it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I use it. There's a lifetime of stuff in there. You know. I want to try it.